Bloom, and in today's video I want to share with you how to use a tool that I use just about every single day. It is a free tool, which is the best tool, unless of course you want to become a pro member. You could get it free for a week. I think it was like 30 something dollars to become a pro member for the entire year. And when you become a pro member, you just don't have the advertising on it, and you have access to just a few more of the fonts and pictures available within this program. But guys, you do not need to become a pro. I'm just a junkie, a tool junkie, and it's something that it is my go-to tool for just about everything I do. So I invested the 30 something dollars, and you guys can check it out here. As you can see, you can get a free week. This is not a commission program. I get nothing from you guys, joining. I'm just sharing this as a tool for you to help you in your marketing. So again, it's called Picmonkey, Picmonkey, and this program will help edit photos in an incredibly easy, professional looking way. So let me just kind of go over this top here. You have a choice when you're doing. You can actually choose a photo that you want to edit. You can choose it from Facebook, a Dropbox, or from Flickr. You can actually touch up a photo, okay? You can design your own Facebook cover, square. You can choose a size for your design. One of the sizes here, or actually you can go in and you can design your own custom, and you can actually fit in your size. Now, for me, if I'm posting on Facebook, I like to keep everything at 450 by 450. So that's where I'm going to start. And here we are making it, and it has my canvas ready. Now, the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to see all these things here on the left. So let me just go through them. The first one here is the basic effects that you can do. You can crop pictures. You can change the canvas color. Now, this is a canvas. So right now it's white, and I can actually change it to any one of these colors just to have a different background other than white. If you are importing a picture, you can actually rotate that picture. There's exposure, there's colors, you can sharpen it, and actually you can resize it just like I showed you before. The next part here is your text. Is your effects. Now let me just import here a picture so that you guys can see what it is I mean. So I'm going to start from scratch, and I am actually going to use one of these pictures here just to show you some of the things that we can do. So there's a picture right here. It says, or play with one of these. I'm going to play with one of these. I'm actually going to play with the flowers because, you know what? And bloom. I like to bloom. So the first thing, let's say you took a picture off of Google. I'm going to show you how to do that really quickly. If you go over to Google Images, okay, now these are all Google Images, and let's say you are looking for something about, say, social media. You would put it in, and you get a bunch of these pictures, and let's say you wanted to use one of these pictures for something. I like this one. Maybe somebody's confused and they want my help. So I'm just going to drag it onto my desktop. You didn't see me, but you could either literally right-click it, and you can save the image, rename it. I just did this, but you could rename it to social media confusion. That's what I want to say. It's at my desktop, and I'm just going to save it right here. Okay, so that's just two different ways. Number one, you can drag it, or you can actually right-click and save it. So if you go back to Picmonkey, and I'm going to just delete this picture because I'm going to edit the one that I just did. So I'm going to hit Edit, and I'm going to find it on my desktop. And I'm going to put it in here. Okay, so here's my image. Now I can do a couple things with this image. It's really cool what you can do. So we're going to go back to the effects. Each one of these effects, when I add them, they will do something. Now, this kind of made it yellow. You could see this made it a little bit different, dusk. Now, anything that you see here, let me just explain. Anything that you see that has this crown, these are features that are only available if you have the royal feature. But there are plenty of things that you can do to your picture. Darken the edges, make your edges different colors. You can, I'm going to actually make my edges purple because that's kind of where I am. Purple. And then see, I could just apply frost. You can literally do all these different things. You can put broken shapes. You can change the shapes to pluses, to hearts, to things. You can have them blur. You can have them glowy. You can have them none. And then, of course, you can, if you like it, you hit apply. If you don't like it, you just cancel it out. So these are all different ways that you can use that. This is actually a cool thing if you're doing a picture of yourself and you want to, you have a blemish on your face, or you want to whiten your teeth, or put some eyeshadow, or all these different things. You can do all of this. The only thing that you can't do, which I use a lot, is the cloning feature, which I'm going to show you in just a bit. The text feature here is the T, and literally, it's moving very slow. I don't know why. Okay, so when you have text, you have all these choices of text, and again, anything with the crown is a royal feature, but look how many different fonts you have. And literally, you can choose your font. And I kind of like this font a lot. I literally just add text, and I'm going to say, don't, oops, just click on it, don't let social media confuse you. Okay, now I have that in here. I can actually format it over here by, I like everything centered, so I'm going to make it centered. And obviously it is too small, so all you have to do is you can either change your size of the text right here, the font right here, and make it whatever you want. But what I don't really like to do it that way, because what I like to do is I actually just like to take my box and make it bigger, and as I'm making the box bigger, the text is actually growing. But if you can see, this is kind of confusing. You can't really see it. So this is what I love to do. Okay, I'm just going to leave this right here, and I'm going to skip this part here right now. These are overlays, but I'm going to go over to frames. This is my favorite part. There's all these different frames that you can use. My favorite here is the simple edge because it's simple. You put on your simple edge. You can change your thickness of your borders, okay? See how I'm changing the thickness, all the different borders, so I can make my picture different looking. Okay, so that's what I usually like to kind of make it not that big. I like to pick up the colors in my picture. The way to do that is you literally click on the color. There's this little dropper thing here, and literally you can drag it to any color on the site and it will pick it up, and you can kind of use that to highlight. So I'm going to actually do the purple because I like the purple. And my inner color, I don't like it white. I'm going to let it go. I think I'm going to go with the blue of Facebook. Okay, the cool thing here is over here, this part, this caption space, you can make the caption space and see what's happening on the bottom. It's just giving me a nice clear space underneath here to type something. So that's what I usually do. I hit apply. Now if I click on that text, you literally drag it down here, resize it so that it actually fits right in here and can be seen. Okay, so I have this now. I even can actually go back now and add another simple edge. How cool is that? Now, if I don't want to have it double, I could make the thickness of the first one at 0. Now you can't even see that white. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make it that blue again, so it's kind of consistent, but it's way too big. So I'm just going to make it just very, very small just to pick it up. Okay, and now I hit apply, and I have an image right here that I can use. All I got to do is hit save. Social media confusion. I'm going to save it to my computer. Guys, make sure you know where you're putting it. I'm putting it on my desktop. Social media confusion, right here is my desktop. You can put it wherever you want by clicking these little buttons. And all you got to do is hit save. So I just created an image. You saw me grab one from Google and change some things, which is great. Now what I want to show you is how you can actually use some of the royal features in this program and why I have them. Okay, so what I'm going to do right now is I am actually going to take this picture right here. And I just dragged it on my desktop so that I can use that picture right here. I'm going to cancel this out. And again, I'm going to hit edit. And I'm going to grab that picture that I just put on my desktop. It should be right here. Now, this is what's really cool here. Now I'm going to blow it up here. I can clone anything I want. Now this is actually maybe not the best picture, but now that I'm telling you this, I have from when I was little, I used to take an antibiotic. So on my left front tooth, it's discolored a little bit. It's more yellow than the other teeth. So I could actually go in here, okay, and I can go to this little makeup thing, and I literally can go over to the teeth whitener. This is so cool. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to blow up a little bit bigger by using this button. I actually am scrolling on my mouse, but all you have to do, my mouse, but all you have to do is go like this and make it bigger so that you can see what you're working with. And this is the tooth that I'm talking about. So the first thing that you want to do is you want to make sure your brush size, which is right here, is the size of the tooth. So I'm just going to make it a little bit smaller so that when I click on it, okay, so now when I click on this tooth, it's going to get it a little bit wider. Okay, so now my teeth, you may not see it, but they're whiter, and something that I like to do. So you can do that. Another thing that I really like to do, guys, is clone. Okay, and I'm going to just show you. It's going to tell me, do I want to save this? I don't. But what's really cool that you can do is, let's go over to this Picmonkey thing. You can do a couple things. Lots of times you may find a picture that has something like Picmonkey here. And maybe you don't want this in your image because you want it to brand yourself. You can do one of two things. Number one, you can go over here to crop and literally drag this thing right here. Just get rid of the Picmonkey. Now this is what I would do if I wasn't a royal member. And I would just hit apply. And there I have that same image, but the Picmonkey is gone. And I can just save it, add some things to it, and be ready to rock and roll. The other thing that you could do is this. Okay, so here's Picmonkey. This is a royal feature, guys. So you're going to go over to the clone feature. You have to be a royal member, or you need to, be signed up for that week's trial. And what you do, this is actually really cool. So we want to get rid of this Picmonkey, but we don't want it to look like we're just erasing it so that it looks funny. So what I like to do is I like to literally make my brush size the size that I want it to cover. So this pretty much is going to cover everything as I go through it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go literally, I'm going to actually make this a little bit smaller. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go literally right below where the Picmonkey is. Okay, and now I have that you can see a dot with break lines, and then you see a circle that I'm moving around on my page. Now, anytime I click now, with this circle, the one that's moving, it's going to clone or reproduce what we see right here. So since I want to get rid of this, look at, see how it's just getting rid of all of that. And it's replacing it with wherever that dot is. So what's happening here, if I made this a little bit bigger, I'm going to hit apply, but what's happening here, again, I'm going to clone, and let's see what I'm going to clone it a little bit here, and watch, I just get rid of all those little white spots. Just keep going through, and it's just literally copying the image and getting rid of it. Now, I'm just clicking away here till I get rid of it all. Now you may say this looks funny or whatever, but now that I have it gone, I can actually make it look so much better because now I have it gone and I can make my thing big, and watch this, just cover it all up here and make it all look a little bit more normal. And there I have gotten rid of the Picmonkey, and it's not there, and you can use this. This one wasn't probably the best example because this doesn't look great, but the clone button is probably one of my favorite features here on this program. Okay, the last thing I want to show you is something that's pretty cool that you can do. Now, for example, yesterday, let's see what I have here in terms of pictures here. Okay, let's see here. Let me just clean my whole oh, my cute puppies. Okay, so I'm going to use this one. Okay, so I have my cute little puppies here, and this little guy no longer, he passed away. That's so sad. Okay, so I have my little doggies here, and I want to show you a couple things. Now, I'm kind of anal, so like I'm looking at this picture here, and I see that there's some sort of can right here. I don't want it, so I'm going to again show you how you can, use that clone button to really, just get rid of it. So I want it just to look like right there is not a can there. So literally I click there, and now the can is completely gone. You can't even see it. It looks like my comforter's behind them. And, here's a bottle of water back here. If I don't want that there, I'm going to literally click on the screen and watch this. That bottle of water now has disappeared. Okay, I don't like this little cord here, so I can get rid of it. Okay, right there. Now what you can add here is this overlay. And an overlay is actually something that's really cool. Again, if they have the stars, you can't use them, but you could, like, since I miss my dogs, I can maybe just add some hearts here. You can change the colors. Okay, so now I have green as the background color, or blue, or whatever. I can change this color however I want. Again, remember with this pointer, I can make this color if I want. I can make it the color of my dog. Anything that you want, okay? Now, I'm not going to put this in here, I don't really want that, so I would just click on it and hit delete. And then if I'd like this picture, I could save it, but I'm not going to save it. Guys, this tool here, you can use for so many different things. You can make a collage. You can design your own Facebook cover. This is the exact place. So if you wanted to, what I usually do when I do a cover is I go over to this part where it has the overlays and I kind of brand myself. Let's say I wanted to put this picture of me on my page. There it is. I can resize it. Okay, I can add another overlay if I want. Now guys, maybe somebody's looking for what they can do with $7. Okay, so I'm gonna say something like, what does $7 buy you? Okay, and again, I can make it bigger by just dragging it. Make it all on one word. It's too big. Gotta make it a little bit smaller. Okay, I could center it. I can change my color. Again, if I want it to match with the green in here. There we go. What can you buys? I would change that to buy just by clicking it. And I can add another overlay. Let's see if there's anything here that I like. Let's make a happy hour. Okay, what could you buy with 7? I'm just, really playing. This is really just thinking, but I'm just showing you different things that you can do. You can go back now, and I never really showed you these textures. Now, this is pretty cool. I have textures here. I can actually go through and look at like this one here is free, but look what it does. It just kind of adds color. I could change it to different colors. I can, by using this, I can move it, meaning if I don't want that dot, I can, rotate it this way, shift it by using these things so that you can do it. I can change my color, different types of backgrounds here. You could do light trails. Now, sometimes, like if you click like I'm clicking on this, nothing's happening. All you got to do is go to the blend mode. And usually it's something in the blend mode. Usually you want it to multiply or overlay and it will pop up. So I could do that, or I could do that, do that. These are all different textures that you can add. I'm showing you the ones that are free, but you can make them, you can add things, you can add your own words, and then you just save it. You can upload it as an event, picture, a Facebook cover, a lot of different things. I use a lot of these things for images in Craigslist. I use it to make pins and quotes on Pinterest. One example, if I go to Brainy Quotes and I find a quote, say on inspiration, and I'm just going to grab the first one here just for time purposes and literally copy this. Ugh, I don't know why it's not copying me. I'm just going to highlight. I think my computer, it's just loading slow. All right, there we go. This is still thinking. going to try and highlight it. View quote. I really don't know why this isn't working right now because I do this all the time. Oh, there we go. Just literally highlight the quote. My computer just must be really thinking funny. And go over to Picmonkey. You're going to design a square. And literally, you're going to add text. Double click, and you're literally going to hit paste. And when you copy anything from Brady quotes, it's going to give you more than that's the quote. So you just want to delete that part. I like to center it. Make it a little bit bigger so that it fits better on my screen. Even make it bigger. Oops. Okay, so I can bring it right here. I can go ahead and let's add a cool background. Let's go ahead and change the color of this font. I'm going to apply that. Let's go ahead and change the color of this font so that we can see it. Let's see what we can do here. Black actually I think is going to be the best. And then we can actually add text again and just give Helen Keller the recognition for the quote. Okay, now this is actually probably too big because I did not resize it. So again, I'm going to go over to my resize button, change it, 450, apply. Like I said, I love to put these back. I love to put these simple edges on. So again, I'm just going to click the edge color and pick out something in with the dropper. Pick out a color in here. And then I'm going to do the same thing with the inside if they're going to pick out that yellow. Maybe change my thickness so that it looks a little bit different. And there we go. I can hit apply. I can hit save. This is a Helen Keller quote. And literally save it to my desktop. I can upload this as an image on all the different social medias. Facebook, Pinterest, Instagram, and I have a great quote that I like that looks a little bit more unique than somebody else, and that is the beauty of Picmonkey. So this video is a little bit longer than I thought. It's close to 30 minutes, guys. Get Picmonkey today. If you have any questions, let me know. I'm more than happy to help you. I use it all the time. Play around with it, and I am sure you will love Pinterest. If you are looking for a mentor to help you in your social media, to help you get more exposure on the internet, there's a link below this video. Click it and get in touch with me so we can get you rolling and producing within social media. Again, this is Cindy Bloom, and I will see you very soon.